Hey you guys, welcome to today's video. It is a foundation feature. I'm not yelling, I'm just excited because when I walked into my Fred Meyer and went to the cosmetics section, which smells like the fish department, I saw this on an end cap. It is the new Covergirl Foundation, and I didn't even know it existed. I didn't know Covergirl was coming out with a new foundation. You guys, I've been having a lot of love for Covergirl lately. It's called the Vitalist Healthy Elixir. It was only $10 at Fred Meyer, and I haven't seen it anywhere else, but I've noticed that it's supposed to have, well, it has SPF 20, it says oil-free, it's supposed to have vitamins, sunscreen. I also know, okay, so vitamins E and B3 and B5, and I looked on the ingredients, it has niacinamide. So be careful if you use a lot of vitamin C products, because sometimes it depends on the kind of vitamin C and the kind of niacinamide, but sometimes you can get like a reaction. So also niacinamide is good for breakouts, and it's supposed to be good for redness, but it just has, you know, it's just one of those products or ingredients where, you know, it can kind of have more effect than you want it to. Anyway, so yes, I am going to review this brand new foundation for you. I've never tried it. This is a first impression. This is a bargain. This is hopefully a winner, because I feel like Foundation Featured has been kind of some good, some not so good. And you know, that's what makes it fun. So I'm actually going to put on some Benefit Porefessional. I have started to really like this. I was like, I don't need that stuff, I'm fine. I don't know if it really helps the pore situation, but I do feel like my foundation goes on better, it looks better, so I'm down. Yeah. And I'm getting all like flushed from talking to you guys, so silly. So I noticed there were quite a few, there was a good selection of shades, maybe 10 or so. So this is the second lightest, this is 710. Most of the time for Covergirl, I am like the classic Ivory. Usually that's my winter shade. It looked darker in the bottle and it looked dark on the back of my hand, but it's probably perfect for me. We'll see. I'm gonna do a beauty blender and my Clarisonic. Well, that looks like a good shade. It says it's a lightweight but full coverage foundation. Lately, you guys, I've been trying a lot of Covergirl stuff because I guess since I fell in love with the concealer and the powder, I've been noticing more and more. So you'll probably see bargain of the week and maybe Foundation Featured products. So yeah, does this smell? It has that like Covergirl smell. It's fine. It's fresh. It's not too perfumey or kind of, you know, old. You guys, Covergirl, well, I think, is that Unilever? Who owns Covergirl? So Covergirl and Max Factor and Coty are all owned by the same. So if you see on the CVS website, or if you have Max Factor where you live, which I think is not in the States, the Max Factor foundations are identical almost, even in name, to the Covergirl foundations, but they're expensive. So yeah, so that's kind of cool. And I noticed that the Max Factor has a Vitalist Healthy Elixir foundation. It was like $19.99 on the CVS website. I'm all, that's Covergirl. So anyhow, just some discoveries I thought I'd share with you. So great shade. Not a ton of cover, like for a full coverage, I would say this is medium coverage. I'm not sure, you know, it'll be interesting to see if it can be, if it builds on the skin. It feels not really like it's not matte, it's not luminous, it's just kind of in between. It's kind of pretty basic actually. It's got a pump, we like that. Okay, Clarisonic. Okay, so how are we? I feel like this is pretty just straightforward. It's not like, oh my God, look at this coverage, and it's not, you know, like this coverage is sort of, I feel like it's just as good whether it's Beauty Blender or Clarisonic. I am going to use the Outlast concealer. Somebody said to me I need a auto adjust camera. You guys, I've got a pretty nice camera. I can't really afford a new one. I'm not sure. I try to get the settings right so that I'm in focus, so that the lighting is consistent, but sometimes cameras just do their thing, if that makes sense, especially if you're moving or putting things from, you know, the zoom in. I don't know. So I'm definitely not someone who is very good. I don't have all the camera knowledge, but I've done a lot of stuff trial and error, and yeah, this is what you get. My apologies if you hear any background. That was because I had my dryer on like a fool, but also my neighbor is pressure washing because of course there is always a neighbor. I live in my neighborhood in the burbs. I have probably 4 neighbors adjacent to me that are home retired. And I am telling you, those guys are out there doing their yard work, pressure washing, doing like handyman stuff. Yeah, so let's do some of this powder. I am gonna use my cheap Amazon or eBay. I'm telling you, I think it was $3. Just Google or search on eBay large powder brush makeup. It'll come up. I need some eyeshadow and stuff. I don't think it's getting any better with the pressure washing outside. Now I hear a chainsaw. All right, do I have to yell over this noise? Maybe you guys can't hear it like I hear it. Well, I finished off my makeup. I'm wearing my pretty Vulgar eyeshadow palette. If you want to see that review, I'll leave the link below. And I'm also wearing my Lorac Pirates of the Caribbean lip duo. So anyway, how about this foundation? I'm wearing my Hoola bronzer, and I'm wondering if I think the foundation oxidized a little bit, because I feel like there is an overall bit of color happening. So going into warmer days and self-tan, that kind of thing, this is fine for me. But if you're kind of one that oxidizes makeup, maybe keep that in mind when you make your shade selection. But so far, you guys, so far, no complaints when it comes to pores. I don't know how much it's going to actually, you know, nourish or be an elixir for my skin. But right now, fine lines and pores seem pretty minimal. So we'll just see how it wears. The powder should help, the Outlast powder. And yeah, So that's all I'm wearing. Hey guys, well thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this week's foundation featured. We might have a winner. It's not that much money. Yay! Thanks guys so much. I hope you give this video a thumbs up. Please subscribe. I always forget which side it's on. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.